welcome back to another RiftGuides WildRift video. In the bottom left you see Kranix, probably the best AD carry on the European server, and he's about to show you why Kaisa can be a very powerful pick, but there's one thing you have to do that no other Kaisa player is doing right now, and they're missing out on so much damage. And the answer is quite simple, it's building a Sense REAVER. But what does a Sense REAVER really do for Kaisa? Well, a Sense REAVER is an item. On the item itself it says it grants you bonus physical damage after your spell. But there's one true little thing that they're hiding from you. It's not even physical damage the item is granting you, it's adaptive damage. It's not listed in the description, so keep that in mind. But in reality, it is adaptive damage, which means that your first ability and all your other abilities that deal damage, once you transition into AP, deal bonus magical damage. And given the fact that you, as a champion, gain far less magic resistance than armor, you quite understand what this will do. You will absolutely one-tap people. And what is the enemy team even doing here? They're not even playing to their advantage at all. Pyke is missing every hook, and now it's time for Kaisa to actually win lane, which is something that never happens. But Lulu is on a mission in the river, places on a pink ward here. And yeah, when you pick Kaisa, Kaisa is not a champion that is, well, supposed to win lane. She's very low range, has very unique trading pattern as an auto-attack Q. Pyke hits the stun here, that's a little bit dangerous, but the exhaust comes in clutch, turns around very nicely, the lethal tempo fully stacked, no Kraken, gets the first kill, will probably flash after another one, gets a quick kill here again with the picks of the Lulu as well. And yeah, many times you see like this Kraken Dustblade Kaisa thing. That's kinda cool, but you are scaling AD carry and your item spikes are not necessarily centered primarily around snowballing. And you can snowball equally as good with the Sense REAVER, because with lethal tempo you'll hit quite a few times, and being able to hit quite a few times also allows you to crit a few times. And then the difference between Dustblade and a Sense REAVER isn't as big anymore. However, keep in mind, Dustblade is a very powerful item, granting you 18 pen, as well as 55 AD compared to 40 AD and crit. Nonetheless, you have to mention that Dustblade doesn't necessarily scale, whereas a Sense REAVER scales very heavily, because it's dependent on your skills level. Look at the damage already, the Lulu being a very powerful pick here, enhancing your damage by so much. Looking for the Pyke here in the river, just cleared the ward, now on a mission. Jumping in, flashes in the stun. Will this be a kill? Certainly, right? Yeah, the Pyke just caught him off guard, but the Vi now flashes over the wall, collects the kill onto the Draven. The Pyke will certainly have another third ability being available soon again, but nope, the Vi just uses Assault and Battery and just puts this poor guy into the dirt. Now we are sadly a few hundred gold away from the Sense REAVER spike, which is a massive spike. Because keep in mind, the spell's damage that is empowered by a Sense REAVER is increased by 22.5% on a Sense REAVER alone, up to 30% depending on how much crit you have. So the more crit you build, it only increases by 2.5% per crit item, by fully completed crit item. So it doesn't really matter if you only have a Sense REAVER. Standalone, if you're, let's say your Q does 1000 damage, with a Sense REAVER, it will deal 1200 and, yeah, 50. Math is hard. And coughing as well. Anyway, Pyke is not here. We deal some big damage to him, but the Lulu just walked in again. Like, the goal of the Kaisa here when it comes to trading on the tower, fighting on the tower, is just going in for a quick little first ability auto attack, run away, wait for your next first ability, and just run it again. Then the enemy will be too low, like in this case, and they can't really defend themselves. He tries to ult upwards, nearly dies because he couldn't ult. It was a very close one. Now Kha'Zix jumps around. Hank is now at the scene. And all of this happened because, well, there was some unfortunate accident with the Lulu a little bit earlier with the dive happening. But now we have reached the very first power spike. And at this point, a Sense REAVER damage will still be physical. Keep that in mind. It will still be physical. Because if you have 100 AD, you are adaptive AD compared to, like, for example, 40 AP. But if you have more bonus 80 than you have bonus AP, then you will turn into AP. Then it will turn into the respective damage that has more, like, more 80 equals physical damage on Sense REAVER, more AP equals, well, magical damage. Pyke is currently trying to just run around the map as it seems, and the Draven is left alone under tower again. You see that that's a big chunk of damage flying into Draven's face. Needs to be really careful. So much damage. Another Q comes in, and the passive proc also. We just really hate these situations, don't we? Because it's so difficult to maneuver. Or the enemy AD carry just has to leave. And another thing that's very cool about Kaisa, her second ability grants you true vision if you apply it onto a champion. So Kha'Zix will be revealed, Akali will be revealed in the Shroud. Just very nice to have. Now at the scene there was a fist fight in the mid lane river area just around the Herald spawn. Kranix has not shown himself yet, now shows himself, goes in for a big chunk of damage, the hook hits the Lulu, Lulu will fall on the spot. Kaisa not yet the highest of damage dealers, now the Zeri is at the scene as well, and now we just have to retreat, and the Pantheon also ults in. It's an entire fiesta, the zoo is actually unleashed. Now with the state of the game right now, they cannot really go for the Herald anymore, so he just goes for the Dragon quickly and then just goes back to his lane to get even more gold. Because right now with the enemy being at the Herald, he will be left alone with the tower down here. And if the enemy isn't coming here, he will gain so much gold for free. Because it's like a tempo play. Like if you can't change anything about the other thing on the other side of the map, then just go onto your side of the map, which is the furthest away, because the enemy can't get here in time. Ooh, the sleep hits off the Zoe, a big chunk of damage coming into his face, but still a Kaisa. You need to be really careful if you go into a Kaisa. She has so much damage, she really is playing with fire. If Zoe comes in close again, which she will, there'll be an instant death. It's gonna happen. I really want to see it happen. Does he hide in the furthest brush now? Oh no, he goes for another wave. True gamer. Looks for the reset cancel, gets the cancel here. Needs to be mindful of the sleep. Jumps forward, jumps close. That is something that cannot happen. The Zoe should have known. Like, you haven't seen him use ult at all, so it's probably gonna be available. Another 100 gold that needs to be taken. Then we have the Nashor's Tooth. Then it's finally time to unleash the true power of this build. We are still, like, if you invest into attack speed boots, you're still AD as of this point. You're still AD. It's still adaptive AD. The entire thing will be changing once you have Riftmaker, because since REAVER has 40 AD, attack speed boots are currently 20 AD. Yeah, 20 after the buff. So you have 60, but Riftmaker, so you need 61 AP to turn into an AP champion. Sleep connects. Nice! I think that was a very nice Veil by the Lulu, if I'm not mistaken. Another Pyke gets instantly blown up. The Kaisa Lulu technology is popping off as we are used to. Looking for the Draven, maybe another nice possibility. Also having the third ability evolve the second here, granting him so much more potential during fights just to outplay people with the power stealth. Now the plates finally fall, 7:30 into the game, massive waves in the side lane. And if you want to see him actually stream these games, because he does so, check out the link in the description below. I will link everything he has that you want to, well, take a look at. He's streaming frequently and quite a lot, to be fair, so make sure to check him out. Boost some viewership of his and make sure he's, stay streaming. Now we have a Kha'Zix situation here as well as a Pyke situation. Pyke jumps in, misses the flash because he kites backward with the stealth. Kha'Zix now on stealth again. Lulu needs to be with him here because otherwise they'll be isolated. Nice flash avoiding certain death here. The Zoe will probably kill him. Now the Pyke is here, has ult. No, it doesn't. Probably has been used earlier and I didn't even see it. And the Lulu here made a major mistake. She just had to cuddle with the Kranix. If you cuddle with the Kaisa here, then the Kha'Zix turns into a useless champion. And all you have to do is turn into a meat shield. Because your life at this point is not relevant towards the outcome of the play. Because if the enemy uses cooldowns on you, then the Kaisa will be allowed to freely DPS, therefore leading or allowing you to automatically win. So this is something that good supports would try to do in these situations. You just try to block as much damage as possible, try to mitigate the damage that the Kaisa is taking to allow yourself get carried by this Kaisa. Because it's just so free. Shield coming in, Zoe Sleep also coming in, misses, jumps in with the ultimate, the killer instinct coming up. Now the Zeri is on the run, jumping away over wall. The Pyke uses the ult to escape through the cage here. Now the Draven is left alone on the side, gets instantly blown up. The Pyke is being hunted down by the Assault and Battery on the other side, but he is not going to reach there, so he's just taking care of another minion wave. absolute domination. Now here looking for potential victim, not being spotted, but the Kha'Zix is here. The cage despawned off the Veigar. What is bro doing? He just didn't know he was actually visible. Poor guy. Oh, what happened? Because Lulu can also reveal you. Like if Lulu places the Whimsy on top of you, yeah, you're revealed. Good luck. And you're polymorphed. Or, like, I think the second ability was called Whimsy or Polymorph. And the third ability would just be applying Pix. So I think, is it technically right to say if Pix is applied to you? Any tellers? Because the mechanic is kind of clear, but the naming, you know, it's kind of different. But now we are finally AP. Jumping in instantly with the Killer Instinct, and Raven is left alone by the Pyke. He instantly gets blown up. The Lulu damage enhancement strategy is popping off. Another one gets close here. We see a poor Pyke. He's just running after him. Look at the damage of the second ability. So much damage. The Pyke just dissipates into air. And another one just... Look at this crazy damage. We love Sen's Reaver. If you start hitting those isolated Qs or second ability pot shots, well, it's gonna be crazy. And even a chat, Pixie OP, it's got a point. Bros got a point. And don't worry, we'll hop right into the next gameplay after this one. Just showcasing you quickly what has happened here. By the time we'll get into the next video, you will know everything you need to know about this game. Look at the damage and look at the item selection. Now we hop over into the second game here. Okay, now we have a Kaisa fresh lane into an Ezreal and Pyke. Normally Kaisa is one of these champions that gets really bullied during the laning phase, but some champions really can't do so. Like Ezreal is one of the champions where it's relatively easy to play into unless you just run to every single ability of his. However, getting hooked by the Pyke would be instant death. Fresh is not necessarily playing the game, just staying in the backline for no reason. This is something that is one of the most gruesome things that can happen in the game. Like, you're just not playing. Because many people believe that if they're not inting, like not doing anything, it's not inting, right? But inaction is also action. And giving away opportunity, even though you're stronger and have higher possibilities of getting things done to the enemy team and just AFKing, is a very, very dangerous thing. Because you just give away all the opportunities you have and just automatically lose. It's also always a difficult thing to auto-attack the Pyke in the early game because the Pyke is the tankiest target in the lane. Pyke is just, like, deceptively tanky because he has so much AD, so much armor, I mean, and the Grey Health is very powerful as well. So if you ever see like a quick hover here, he has 34 armor on the Ezreal and 31 magic resist, and if we see the Pyke for a brief second appear in front of you, you will see how much damage, or how much defenses Mr. Pyke has. So 34 against 74, 75 right now. You see the armor value of this champion of Pyke? It's 75 armor right now at level 3. Like, come on, bro. Like, this champion is a walking tank, while also having infinite regeneration. This is the Flare here, having to play a little bit more reserved. The Akshan in the mid lane is not accelerating the game. Gets hooked here, nothing much is happening. But don't get me wrong, Kaisa is always fine with a lane where there's nothing happening if she gets to her first item spike. Like, this is like always something she really wants to do, because then most of the time you start seeing the Kaisa being able to solo kill, because if she gets those isolated Q spells, it's just too much damage. Like, you can't survive. It's just too much. That hook is really dangerous, a lot of damage. Nice block by the Fresh here, really nicely done. Hooks in the Ezreal as well, big chunk of damage is traded forward. Flashes forward, survives with 1 HP, and also survives with 1 HP. It's a battle of the 1 HP survivors, but the Fresh will eventually fall. The Kaisa is clearing the minion wave to get level 5 as fast as possible, also granting the Amumu some XP here. Just trying to make sure, placing on the pink one so the Pyke can't just creep up here. Looking for cancel on the recall, does so. If he only was level 5, this would have been a beautiful play, but the Amumu soaked up some XP here. We're gonna see a Bomber moment. Nah, he's not gonna do it. Nah. Weak. A true gamer would have went for it and died. Would have gone, went. And he hits the one and jumps over the wall, and Hack's Flash is not available for the... But the hook connects. Oh god, no, he got hooked over the wall. Oh, does he do it? Does he do it? Damn, the Amumu is kinda angry. Fresh, are you serious? Uninstall. Damn, guy's mad. If you're wondering why he pinged danger, like the wave is pushing or was pushing is still pushing into him, so he wants to stay safe, like he still wants to play towards his first item spike, and the fresh last hitting minions early is something that's very, very detrimental towards that lane state. Pyke is not back at the scene, there's one minion he uses as an invisible wall, gets hooked as well, but yeah, Pyke is basically a walking tank, as I said earlier, 44 armor compared to probably double on the Pyke right now, making it very, very difficult for the Pyke to even take any type of damage. The hook coming in, nicely flayed, using the minion as a proxy, misses the box here, jumps instantly onto the Ezreal, gets exhausted though, and Mumu hits another bandage, and we get a 1 kill for a massive investment on so many spells here though. Pyke here hooking the Mumu close to the wall, Mumu just needs to go base, he needs to find the timer to actually reset. All these plays are not necessarily really helpful, because it doesn't matter right now. Like, Mumu, what are you doing, bro? Like, Mumu, just leave. You had a full jungle clear that you just got taken away from you for no reason after a positive play already. Like, this is what I mean. Just people, relax. You're already winning. Why are you taking massive risk for like zero reason when you're already winning? Just recall bio items and go for another play on the other side of the map. Now looking to go back into the laning phase, the Thresh is not going for a rotation towards the Herald. And Mumu also apparently denying himself the ability to go towards the Herald, not believing he can do so. Look at that, like, it's such a nice thing to see. Like, you just walk up with the empowered first ability on an Ascendantry when you just blast a wave. Well, we'll get an Infernal Dragon here, which will set up the potential Infernal Soul, but it's not gonna be like the biggest power we can actually get. But no, the enemy is actually contesting the dragon, and Mumu gets hooked again. Why isn't he just hiding behind the dragon? Barrel being thrown in, and Mumu secures it with this mighty Ezreal comes in. This is going to be a doom fight. They can't contest it anymore. They need to run, and Mumu fails the flash, if I'm not mistaken. No, he doesn't. Oh my god, I was about to say, like, if this was a flash, depression. And now these people are crying, and it's so crazy. And Kranix is left alone with a tower, gets some nice gold, but has to retreat here. The enemy team is not going for the Herald. Now the enemy is going for the Herald delayed. If he only saw this a little bit earlier, through the power of wards there, then he could have already chunked away harder at this tower. Because now the enemy is mistaking to a massive mistake. Nobody is coming here. And why is the Thresh coming here? Like, the Thresh was crying earlier, but now he walks here when nobody is here. Like, he saw that nobody's here, and he's not going to go anywhere else to assist somebody, because now the best thing he can do is yoink money. He could have been mid lane to save his Akshan, just to hover him with the lantern, and all he does now is steal gold. And this is something very important for support players. Your AD carry didn't need you here. You're not his babysitter. And, like, he lanterns himself, and this guy flamed. WildRift Gaming. Now we have a big rotation coming up here. The Herald is being placed. His tower will fall, but the Gragas is isolated. We need to instantly turn onto the Gragas, exhausting him, still taking half the HP and damage. Gragas falls to the Kaisa here. The Mumu looking for an angle, misses the first bandage, walks in closer. The Herald is still running forward, gets exhausted here on the Mumu, looking for another potential play. Mumu doesn't have ultimate. Why is he doing this? Why is he still running at them? Like, again, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, if you go for a play, it needs to make sense, and it's such chaos. And now they're like... it's so pointless. It's like, you see people that have no clue what they're doing flaming each other for having no clue what they're doing. Like, how can you take it serious? And now, typical AD carry behavior, just consuming every piece of gold on the map as he can, very important. And look at the Ascent Reaver just quickly taking care of the wave. And it's gone. You love it. Meanwhile, the Pyke is trying to accelerate the map play again. No more platings on the map. So it's not even the worst thing that he's getting so much free farm here. Because he's getting enemy jungle camps, currently being out of vision here. As well as a big chunk of gold. Because look, like, he's not being visible to the enemy team, so they don't know about the urgency of taking their own jungle here. Because they don't know. Because there's no wave being cleared up there. So he hides away from enemy eyes, and then goes back to clear this wave, and probably gets another wave to clear, because there's another wave incoming. I think it's a mistake to not just instant clear the next wave, even though he had the possibility, but he was probably too much paying attention to the bottom side play, because this wave would have walked into the tower and would have dealt significant damage to the tower. And yeah, would have just been a tiny bit better, but this is just, ooh, nice, he hit the bandage here and instantly killing the Ezreal. If you had CC for a Kaisa and she gets the stacks, you just dead. Pyke going in with the ultimate gets the free kill on the Youmumu, because Youmumu just completely forgot that the Pyke exists, even though we all know, and he was very low, so there's no point of walking up in the first place. Checking the brush here, or checking the side here, just in case the Pyke has a play available. Like, this is, for example, the Pyke, if he really wants to be a montage player, could have just E-ulted behind the Kaisa, with the Kaisa not having flash, and the Kaisa would have been stunned and then instantly killed. But yeah. Didn't happen. Meanwhile, the Yone is just pushing sidewave, and nobody cares, because everyone is playing ARAM. Now the Akshan is jumping in, and now the enemy team is turning around, even though they should never turn around like this, while overcommitting, because the Kaisa was still around. And again, like you see, it's just a battle of mistakes over and over again. It's more like a deathmatch simulator. Whereas the Kaisa right now tried to get as much gold as possible, flashes forward, really aggressive here, gets bombarded here, bonk, but gets the fadeaway kill. I mean, I don't know what you were cooking, brother, but that was a little bit too much. I respect it, though, because this stuff turned out to be really, really boring. This entire team is on the inting end, and he's the only one performing, and he feels probably the need of doing something. Because the game, as you see, is slowly being lost, and what the biggest issue is just, if you play perfect, it's nice and all, but the issue is your teammates will not be playing perfect, and depending on how your stats are, you'll get punished by bad teammates, and therefore you have to take increasingly higher risk in solo queue, because otherwise the game will just be lost while you're just, well, observing it. Dragon Soul not being a possibility for the enemy team here, with him having the first dragon. Maybe they can do something here, but the Amumu is dead. There's a low chance of even securing this dragon. They get the dragon because Gragas is failed smiting. Now Gragas falls as well, an absolute masterpiece here. What a grief. And now the Akshan jumps in for no reason, gets instantly killed. What is bro doing? Lucian just nearly tapped the Kaisa. Critting into the face. Kraken Slayer, we love Lucian. Mumu at the scene, looking for a play. He has another bandage toss available, goes in for the ultimate, jumps in with the killer instinct, is in the backline, looking for potential plays, has to be aware, has to be careful here, doesn't get wanted from the brush here, walks down the mid lane just to be safe, now looking for another angle, denying the enemy entry to the lane by just walking down middle, now looking for another rotational play here, taking away the enemy jungle as they would not be able to succeed in taking down the tower, too much of a risk for too little gold income, but the Fresh doesn't understand this. Now the Gragas is at the scene here, he's completely lost. What is Gragas' brother doing? Pyke also as well, with the ultimate being available, deals so much damage, but it's simply not enough to get him killed. And one more hit and the execute comes in. He gets an execute reset. They need to be really careful. Moon was really low HP. They need to be really, really careful. Pyke now coming around the corner. We see him with the second ability. Now we get a quick little kill, a double revive here as well. Kran is also being available very soon. Like, we have Crown, we have Riftmaker, we have all these items being available very soon. Big damage jumping in. Malphite coming around the corner. You know the Darkstar Malphite Giga combo, the banana rank combo. Press R for the lulz. And will we finally be able to transition into the AP Kaisa here? Yes, we have finally transitioned into the AP Kaisa. Now with the AP Kaisa, things will be turning around quite heavily. Like, your DPS is going to be so much higher. Look at the on-hit bonus magic damage already. Now we have a random fight mid lane. What are they doing? We just got a big wave top lane, got a massive item reset, and we just randomly start a fight again. And look, they're always typing. They're always typing. It's crazy. And he gets the pot shot onto the Malphite. Looking for another potential playdown. He needs to be careful. Gragas is being caught instantly, gets an instant dab onto the face, flashes forward, applies the stack, gets the killer instinct because of the stack here of Plasma, and gets another free kill. Now the Pyke is on the run, we see him in the lane, gets the minion blocks this, he'll probably just dash away. Protobell's away as well, and the stun also applies. What is Pyke doing? Why is he doing this? It doesn't make any sense. This was pure ego based. Again, not serving any purpose. This is one of the biggest issues in WildRift. People just do things randomly and then they get killed and then they flame for doing their things completely without purpose. He also has like 2 big item choices available. He can choose between Rabbit and Staff Cap and the Crown. Like, Crown will make him borderline invincible. If this one hits, this is very dangerous. Gets him with the kill instinct instantly. Pop solution, goes in for another Void Seeker. Secure the Baron as well. If he has the biggest balls of Mexico, he will probably go... Nah, he doesn't. Yeah, it's too much of a risk. Now he picks up the Crown and has a Stasis. Why is Fresh saying we're crazy? What did Fresh do in the entire exchange? Nothing. It's so funny. Getting hooked by the Pike, but the Crown will be blocking this one. Goes in for the Killer Instinct, instantly goes onto the Ezreal. Ezreal pops the Exhaust here, needs to be mindful now, is exposed with every weakness now available. Killer Instinct has a 20-second cooldown as of right now. Crown comes up in like 20 seconds. Needs to be careful of the Malphite. The Malphite could be hiding around the corner and you don't want to get caught in a full combo. Mumu going in for the front line. Look at how far he stays just in case the Malphite makes an appearance somewhere. Where is brother Malphite? We have no idea where he is. And that's an issue. If you see where Malphite is, things get so much easier. Looking for all the options here on the map. What is going to happen? Who is going to get punished here? Is Malphite AFK? There's just no way, right? And yeah, what is Yonin? Like, this is what I mean. Like, the people are just randomly doing things for the fun of it, and like, the Yonin should be dead, but people have literally no eyes. Like, they refuse to kill people that are dead on cooldown for no reason. And look at him, he is now forced to take this dragon because nobody gave a damn about this dragon, which is conveniently the Infernal Soul. So you see the macro gameplay, and this is by the way a challenger gameplay, is non-existent. The Gragas now walks in here as well, even though he got the global announcement that the dragon was slain. Again, no purpose for even going here. Like, look at this. It's an entire fiesta. Look at all the positions on the map. Exhaust hits on the Kaisa with the Lucian. Gets so much damage, but the Kaisa just instantly kills him because the Crown is just too powerful. Look at the poor Malphite, instantly gets blown up, and this marks the end of the game. And you see, please guys, if you play WildRift, try to understand what you're doing, try to think what you're doing. Don't just run around for fun, because it will end up like this game and you'll get absolutely farmed. And with this, we are at the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out his Twitch channel in the description below. And we'll see each other for more Kranix content very soon, because I have more videos of him lined up and you'll enjoy every single one. Anyways, see you soon and take care.